What's up everybody, it's me Lasersgo back again with another video. Today, if you couldn't tell by the intro, we are going to be talking about the live action Lion King remake that is slated to come out in 2019. Also with the news of the full cast dropping on Wednesday or Thursday for me, but Wednesday, I figured it's a great time to just talk about the casting choices Disney has made for the Lion King. And also, you know, if we feel that Disney should stop with all live action remakes, I'll give you my opinion on that towards the end of the video. But let's get straight into talking about some of the casting choices for the Lion King. Up on the screen right now, I will put the graphic of all the people that are slated to be in the Lion King. And we'll just start with the biggest name of them all, and that is Beyonce. So yeah, Beyonce will be playing Nala opposite Donald Glover's Simba, and I think this is a great choice. First off, it's Beyonce. Who doesn't love Beyonce? If you are saying you don't love Beyonce, you're lying, because every single person on the planet loves Beyonce. She doesn't have a huge role, and I think that's good, because you don't want the fact that Beyonce's in the movie and that Beyonce would be like the main character to overshadow the rest of the movie and the story of the Lion King. And everyone knows the story of the Lion King, and I mean, most people actually probably don't even want this remake, but having Beyonce in it, it brings in a different fan base. It brings in her fan base to want to come see the movie, and I think that it's a smart business choice, honestly, by Disney to put Beyonce in there. Not have her in a huge role. She's Nala. Nala wasn't a huge part of the original movies, and as long as they don't change the story up in The Lion King, I don't think she'll be a huge part in this one. I mean, she's Simba's love interest, but that doesn't mean she is a huge part of the movie, so I think having Beyonce as that part, it's a good idea. I mentioned already, Simba is going to be played by Donald Glover. Again, I love Donald Glover, so I think this is an awesome choice. My only hope is that he starts rapping in the middle of Just Can't Wait to Be King or something, because he is also Childish Gambino, and I love Childish Gambino. So I think Donald Glover as Simba, a great casting choice, and it's just awesome. They are picking great people to play great, well-known characters, and it's awesome to see. Now, obviously, I'm white. So, I don't know if this will carry much weight when I say this, but I really love that all but 3 characters are people of color. I think it's great, and it makes sense because this movie's set in Africa and it should have people of color. I'm trying to be very politically correct here, not offend anybody, but I think it's good that this Lion King live action remake will be highlighting people of color. And even if it's just their voices on like CGI lions or something like that, it still makes sense, and it shows that Disney isn't afraid to go in that direction, and when it sees fit, it's not afraid to go in that direction. So, props to them. So let's go through the rest of the actors in the movie. I kind of have it pulled up on my screen here, so I'm going to read it off. Just a few that I want to highlight, and if I mispronounce anybody's names or anything like that, don't hate me, but I just don't know how to pronounce the people's names. So let's just look at who is playing who in the movie, and we'll start off with the hyenas. So we have Keegan-Michael Key, of course, of Key and Peele fame, so I think he'll obviously be hilarious. Florence Kasumba, who honestly I didn't know, but I know she had a brief role in Captain America Civil War, so I don't know her from there, but again, it should be a cool choice because the little I saw of her in Captain America Civil War, she seemed like an awesome actress, so cool for that. And then Eric Andre, who's Eric Andre, and if you watch Adult Swim or anything like that, you know who he is. Another great choice, hilarious. I think the hyenas were good casting, great casting actually by Disney. So again, another thumbs up to Disney for that. Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner will be Pumbaa and Timon respectively. Honestly, they're 2 funny dudes. Obviously Seth Rogen. Billy Eichner, if you watched Parks and Rec, you'll know who that is. I think it's a great choice. I think they'll be perfect for the role. Obviously no one's going to replace the original Timon and Pumbaa, and no one expects that. I don't think anyone expects Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner to be known as Timon and Pumbaa from now on, but they're voicing it, or it's in this movie, so we got to roll with it. This is what the hand we were dealt by Disney, and it could have been a lot worse. Maybe it could have been a lot better in someone's opinion, but it could have been a lot worse. So Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner, let's see what they can bring to the role. I mean, I don't expect them to try to reinvent it, and I don't want them to reinvent it because I love my Timon and Pumbaa. So as long as they just maybe add a little bit of their flair, their humor to the characters, we'll be good. But don't mess up my Timon and Pumbaa. First off, Disney, don't mess up my Timon and Pumbaa. John Oliver be playing Zazu, and if you just look at John Oliver, he looks like he'd play Zazu, so good casting choice there. Like, he really does. Like, I'm not joking. Let's just look at a picture of John Oliver and look at a picture of Zazu. It just makes sense. Okay, it just makes sense. And lastly, we have the man, the myth, the legend himself, Darth Vader, the real Mufasa, James Earl Jones. He's coming back to play Mufasa. Like, come on now. Perfect. Disney, if I could clap, if I wasn't holding the microphone, I'd clap for you, but so good. So good. Okay? Like, if they hadn't got James Earl Jones to come and be Mufasa, I think it would have been the travesty of the century. I think people would have rioted. I would have rioted. It might just have been me alone. But such a good choice. Great idea. And I'm sure it didn't take a lot of convincing for him to come back and reprise the role, but what can I say? Great job. Now again, I didn't go through all the characters. I didn't go through every casting choice Disney's made. If you want to see it again, it'll be up here on the screen. But honestly, it looks like a good cast. I mean, there's some actors in there I haven't heard of, and there's some that I have heard of and I can't pronounce the names, so honestly that's why I didn't highlight them in this video. But I think it'll be good. I think it's a good choice to, again, have the people of color be the main characters mostly and just roll with it like that. Timon and Pumbaa being two white dudes, that's fine, because 99% of the cast is not white people. That movie set in Africa, and culturally it just makes sense, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you get it? You know what I'm saying? It just makes sense. Well, let's talk about Disney's incessant need to remake every single movie, every single animated movie they have, into a live-action movie. First of all, there's been like 10 different Snow White remakes, 10 different live-action Snow Whites, I feel like, in the past like 10 years. It's like one every year. There's always a Snow White. There was the one with Kristen Stewart. There's the one with Lily James. I think Lily James was Snow White. It just feels like there's always a Snow White remake, and it's always a live-action one, and it's always mediocre. And if that's the precedence we're going off of, if that's how the live-action movies are going to be made in the future, I don't want to see those. Like, I just don't. And I don't know if those were all just Disney movies. I don't know if they were actual, like, Disney-released Snow White movies, but they were called Snow White, and they were live-action, so we're lumping them into that. The Jungle Book did get remade, though, and I think that was one of the best movies of that year that came out, and I loved The Jungle Book. So if the Disney live-action remakes can go that way, I'm fine with that, because it was great. The Jungle Book was really good, and if you disagree with that, you're wrong. Your opinion's wrong. No one's opinion's wrong on the internet, but yours is if you disagree with that. And like Beauty and the Beast was just remade last year, right? Just remade, or early this year or something. It was just remade. And I mean, that was all right. Did it need a remake, Beauty and the Beast? No, it did not need the live action remake. But when you're Disney, you can get the big actors and big actresses to come be in the movie, and you know they want to be in the movie. It's hard to say no to remaking Beauty and the Beast or The Lion King or Jungle Book. It just feels like, though, we're going to get to a time when Disney releases a live action and an animated version of a specific movie at the same time. Like, they'll come out with Toy Story 4, and then it'll be a live action Toy Story 4 as well. That was a bad comparison. Then you just need to stop remaking movies in the live action movies. And you come up with some more original ideas. Disney, I know you can do it. Y'all did it with Frozen, kind of, although you took that idea from a fairy tale, as most of your movies are, but it doesn't matter. Like, you came up with something that wasn't already done by you. You can do it again, and obviously you can have success doing it. Why not just do that? You don't need to remake every live action movie. I don't need to see Little Mermaid live action, or Sleeping Beauty live action. I don't need to see any of those in the future, and I know those are probably coming. Let's be real, people, those are probably coming. But if you mess up the damn Lion King, Disney, in this live action remake, I will never forgive you. I will never forgive you until the next time I go to Disney World or Disneyland or Tokyo Disney or Hong Kong Disney or wherever. I'll forgive you then. But I won't forgive you in a short period of time. It will not be a short period of time, because I love The Lion King. It's like my third favorite Disney movie. If you mess it up, I swear to God, nothing bad will happen to you. I'm just going to be mad. So don't mess up my Lion King. But that's it for today's video, everybody. If you enjoyed, hit the like button down below. Subscribe while you're down there, and leave me a comment of what you think of all these damn Disney live action remakes And if you're looking forward to Lion King live action, follow me on my social medias. Twitter link is down below, and also my brand new blog all the posts basically coincide with these videos, and there'll be a couple other ones just depending on what pop culture things are happening in the world when I'm writing and when I'm awake. So go check out the blog if you haven't already, or if you feel like you want to. But as always, guys, I'm Lasersgo. I will see you next time.